Hi. So I wanted to come on and talk about living through absurdity because for me, the ballroom and the advocating for a ballroom is an allegory for the absurdity that we are living through right now. I also think that Trump has finally said his version of let them eat cake, which is build a ballroom and have the taxpayers pay for it. So we're being forced to be a part of the very chaotic descent of a man, of a financial system, of class structures, however you are choosing to see it right now. And it is very much absurd. Um, I do want to say a few months ago, I had a dream that I was watching a group of white men having a feast in a bombed out fallout shelter. So there was debris everywhere. The men were covered in debris. The food was covered in debris, but the men just kept eating. He kept eating, excuse me. They kept eating and celebrating. So I took from that dream that um, there are people who don't care if the world burns. There are people who don't care if the country collapses. So I think about that when I wonder how I am going to maintain any sense of stability um, as this continues to go on. So, what I've had to do is really just accept that there are some people who truly don't care or have any interest in the will of the majority of people. They want destruction, I'm assuming because they know they will profit from it. I'm assuming that that's the reason. They know that they will make a profit from it. Also, I've had to accept that some people will never see Trump for who he is. They will never see him for the con man that he is. They will never see him for the man of poor character and morality that he is. For them, he is their savior. From what, aside from people who are different from them, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they see in him. I'm not them. I'm not like them. So I don't see it. I don't see how they are blind to his con. And I've had to accept that. So acceptance is key. Accept that this is an absurd time. It is. It is a chaotic and absurd time. Maybe it will bring meaningful change. I can't imagine another 3 years like this. And I also can't imagine that even his inner circle, even the elected officials, can continue on for another 3 years. I imagine that eventually some of them will become exhausted and they'll either quit or just self destruct. Um, so, with that, patience is also key. Being patient is also helpful. I found that just keeping myself occupied, keeping myself fulfilled, keeping the noise out, starving as much as I can, starving Trump from my attention has been helpful. I bought a violin. I haven't played the violin since middle school, but I wanted to pick it back up and just strumming the strings and feeling the vibration of the violin. I've found it to be incredibly helpful with just feeling fulfilled, keeping myself busy, keeping my mind occupied, giving my brain something to do. Um, Playing an instrument is for me has been a learning to play an instrument for me has been a great brain exercise. So I've found that incredibly helpful. Um, and of course, having a spiritual practice. If ever there was a time to utilize your spiritual practice, now was it. So, talking to God or universe or source, whatever makes the most sense for you, whatever is the most comforting in your spirit and in your body for you, I say use it. Now is the time. Talking to loved ones who have passed on. I know that one is can be controversial for some people, but I have found a lot of comfort in just speaking out loud and speaking on the thoughts and concerns that I have in my head, and force stopping myself from trying to overanalyze the world. Um, so I do believe that there is some form of revolution brewing. I may be overly optimistic, and of course, I don't know where that would lead, but I do think that there is some form of a revolution brewing. And if that is the case, I hope that enough of us can pull together, put our differences aside, and advocate for each other and get some money from the mental, spiritual, and financial abuse that we all are experiencing. I get that the idea of a class action lawsuit against the US government sounds preposterous to some people, but at this point, I'm willing to try. I'm willing to advocate for us trying. I'm willing to advocate for all Americans getting the opportunity to thrive and not just survive in this system in this country. And that's it. So those are my thoughts on navigating absurdity in the modern world. Acceptance, patience, and practice. Take care of your body, take care of your mind. I've quit drinking. I quit drinking in October. I haven't had any alcohol since October. Just trying to keep my mind, my body, and my spirit as healthy as possible so that I can make the best decisions for myself and for my son. So that's it. I hope this helps. Bye.